Hello and welcome. My name is Alice Bull, and we are here for Scrapbook Live. I lead the Scrap Happy membership group, and today we're going to be exploring. I'm going to be making a scrapbook page. I'm going to be giving away a free kit. We do that usually about an hour or so into this, and then we'll keep kind of hanging out for a while, talking about all kinds of stuff. I have my kit here from the Scrap Room, and it's really good. I peeked and I'm like, oh, I want to use this one. Oh, I want to use this one. Oh, I want to use this one. So I can't wait to show you that. But first off, I am wearing my animal shirt because we have a really cool thing coming up right away in Scrap Happy. We are hosting one of our load challenges. I can't help talking about it because I'm so excited. It is inspired by the Muppets. So we are going to be scrapbooking every day during the month of May, inspired by the Muppets. Let me pop something up. I think I can do this. Yay, here it is. So it's called Load 523. So for May of 2023, frogs, pigs, and fuzzy bears. And so you can find all the info at scraphappy.org/load. In fact, if you just go to scraphappy.org, you'll see it on the homepage, and then you can click through to there. But that is our upcoming load. So I'm definitely have a lot of stuff on my mind. I don't even know if you can see this. No, I am right here, camera. It's like looking at everything but me, I think. But these are, no, it's like not gonna cooperate. These are my Grover glasses. These are my Grover glasses. They're super cute. So to kickstart today, because of the excitement with the upcoming load, let me know, who is your favorite Muppet character? That could be from Sesame Street. It could be even from the Fraggles. Maybe you're obsessed with the Labyrinth. Like, how could you not be? Maybe you're more into the Dark Crystal. Maybe the Muppet Show is totally your jam. Let me know. Favorite Muppet character? Who do you love? No explanations necessary. Like, we can just love who we love. So put that in the comments if you just want to like kick into some of the fun for today. Okay, let's get started. Elmo and animals, says Natalie. Elmo, says Diane. Oh my gosh, you guys, I did not grow up with Elmo, so I'm like, I just don't feel as much love for Elmo, but definitely we'll see Elmo. Big Bird. Animal. Yeah, Janice said Marcy said Janice, like for sure. Kermit, right? Gotta love on the OG Kermit. Yeah, so fun. Every time I think I know who my favorite is, like, oh no, but I really love Bert and Ernie. Oh my gosh. I know. Snuffleupagus, anyone, right? Janet, Beaker, Oscar, Snuffleupagus, Sweetums. I know, Sweetums, like he just like, yeah, Fuzzy Bear, Cookie Monster. Oh, so much fun, right? Like the Muppets are characters that you just love. Okay, speaking of things we love, how's that for a smooth transition almost? I am going to be scrapbooking with a kit today that I just love. And this one is from the Scrap Room, which I'm a super fan of them. So you can find their kits at scrap-room.com. And then I'm using the Flavors of the Month kit for April. So that's what I have going on. Frazzle, Harry Monster, Tully, how do you pick? Exactly. Ooh, Jackie says, I'm so excited. I just started my Galaxy background and it's drying while we're on. Woo! Galaxy background, you're doing it. That was one of our classes that we had in our Scrap Happy membership. Okay, so shall I show you what's in my kit? So much fun. Oh my gosh, I love these kits. Okay, I think I have this set up right. We'll see. Yes, okay, I'll take it. It's good. So first off, this is my extra add-on embellishments. These are in addition to the main Flavors of the Month kit. It's like a little extra bonus that you can order. So we'll have a look at these as they go. You had a good sneak peek there. And these are the 4 flavors that we have in the kit today. Ooh, Yeah, so let's have a look as we go. First off, we have Cartabella, and this is called Here and There. So for embellishments, I've got that full 12 by 12 sticker sheet, which is fantastic. You can see like there's banner stickers, you've got like nice little camera icons, there's some little words, you've got macaroons. Do you say macaron or macaroon? Like I've seen so many different variations of that. Some butterflies, one of them big strips stickers that you always get. So yeah, it's a lot of good stuff. Hold on a second. I forgot to do something. We got to put me on my focus mode. So you're going to see that probably pop up on the camera. There you go. But that way I won't have all these interruptions. So yeah, so the full sticker sheet. Ooh, okay. So here's the pattern papers. I love this camera paper. It is so pretty. Look at all of the little flowers on there with the nice camera icons. And I think even as a scrapbooker, even though I would have to think really hard to figure out when I last had a real camera in my hands. It's been a while. They still feel like scrapbooking to me. Like we're taking pictures and cameras mean pictures. So on the back, we have a nice grid pattern. This next one has this light blue with these little daisies. And then we've got some yellow polka dot on the back. This one here, this looks like I'm like, this looks like a B-side. It's kind of a mintish, no, sage green, like more of a sage green color. Ooh, Kathy's rocking her cool glasses today too. She's got the Wanda like I do. And then, oh yeah, look at that nice floor. Ooh, see how nice this goes? Look at how nicely they put these kits together for us. Like that is just lovely. And then 2 sheets of white cardstock. This is like a textured cardstock. So this is what's in the kit. If you get the add-on embellishments, oh gosh, where did they go? What else do you get? Embellishment. There's Cartabella ephemera. So okay, let's find it. Ooh, it's this one right here. So this little pack here of ephemera is in the add-on kit. And it has lots of little die pieces. You can see it's probably like a split pack, like half pack. It's a half pack of the ephemera. So you get lots of little pieces. There's a frame. There's some other frames, lots of words. I love it. I love words and I love little banner pieces too. So that's really nice. Very, very usable. Very, very usable. Okay. Let's pack these up and we'll take a peek at what's in the next one. So if you're here right now, or if you're watching on the replay, that's fine too. You can let us know, what are you working on while you're hanging out with us today? You have a project on your desk. Are you finishing off another project? Jackie is waiting for ink to dry. It looks like she's busy doing other stuff too, but she's waiting for her Galaxy page to dry. Oh my gosh. I just looked yesterday. Oh, so we have returned with the Happy at Home sessions. Didn't get to do as many as I wanted to for April because I was away. So, you know, it's not like I was suffering. But I started yesterday and we did a little flip through of all of the different pages that I made during our February load. And I kind of talked about the prompts and how they inspired my pages. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. And then we are going to be back on Monday. So these are happening, the Happy at Home are happening Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday next week on YouTube. And it is from 1 p.m. Pacific or at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Marcy says she's looking in her stash for all the Frozen stuff because the child was in Frozen Junior and wants an album. I don't know what that even, oh, Frozen Junior, like for kids, like a play or something. And then, but I just found a Muppet page. I do not have enough Muppet embellishments. I think there's a couple. I'm gonna have to dig, but I'm gonna have to find them. Okay, next up, this is the Paige Evans Blooming Wild collection. And we've definitely got the Paige Evans color palette happening here. I've got some embellishments, which we'll look at in a second. But look at this lovely, like bright rainbow paper. That's really fun. And then on the back, this is like periwinkle. Wouldn't you call that periwinkle? Isn't that cute? It's like, it looks a little lavender on my screen, but I would say definitely periwinkle. And then this nice aqua with the plaid. Ooh, that is a good, like, bold A pattern. And look, rainbow stripe. Yeah, Frozen Junior the play. Oh, Sandy said, I'm making a birthday card for my mother-in-law. Love that paper, Alice. I know. These are, oh, just this paper alone. I think we probably need like, you know, about 12 of these to carry over with and mix and match with other collections. Ooh, I really like this ombre. How could she do that to me? She puts that on one side and that on the other, and then I don't know what to use. Like, that's almost mean. Just has to put like something a little bit boring on the back. Right? See, Sandy says, haha, it is mean. We got 2 sheets of white cardstock. It's got like a slight texture to it. Okay, let's have a look at these embellishments in here. So what is included? This is just in the main kit. I haven't grabbed the extra bonus. So we have a 1/6 of a pack of ephemera and some puffy phrases and 3 caps. So that's what they've called it. So here's what I got. Okay, I see the caps. And so part of the ephemera packet. Okay, so let's move these caps to the side for a second. So in my part of the ephemera packet, I got this nice frame. Oh, cute. I got a birdhouse. And then I've got some words and this pretty little heart floral. I love little banner pieces like that. They're so usable. Oh, did you see her YouTube where she stitches on the flower sheet from this kit? It took her 24 hours, says Heather. No, I did not see that. Can you imagine if she did it in real time? So these are the caps. So they're like a little cardboard round piece with some pattern on it. Interesting. Interesting. They're close to the same size as that piece, but not quite. So those are the embellishments. I love these words and like puffy things like this. I'm a fan. So those are nice. It's very beautiful. Huh? Very beautiful. I'd love to know how many times I see words in front of me like that, and then I end up saying them because I catch myself doing it. I'm like, like, hopefully I only have good words in front of me. Yeah, they're like pogs. They're kind of like pogs. They're like cardboard pogs. I'm so glad somebody remembers pogs. It's not like just me. I was thinking about them the other day, and I'm like, I wonder if anybody remembers these. They got banned at our school. Okay, and then in here in the embellishment kit, I got half of the pack of the frames. So you can see the different frames in here. There's lots of them, and you can see they've just like sliced it down to split the pack in half for my extra embellishments. Oh my gosh, but look at this paper. Ooh, so here's your A sides. And then even the B sides are so pretty. Oh, Paige Evans, you're being like, it's nice, but it's like super mean, making me choose like that. Love it, though. Very, very pretty. Okay. I haven't played with some Paige Evans paper for a while, and I think I'm overdue. Okay, next up, this paper is super fun. It is from Photo Play, and it is Family Fun Night. They had a different game one that came out. Oh gosh, was it 2 years ago? And I loved that collection too, but I think this one has even better colors actually. So it is called Family Fun Night, and the first one has all of the fun game pieces that you need, from the dice to the dominoes to your chess pieces to the little markers that you move for the different types of game, like the ones from Sorry, the ones from, oh shoot, all the different games. You've got some checkers, you've got some Scrabble tiles, there's the little Monopoly type pieces in here. Like, it's kind of like all the fun games that we love from childhood, and they've done like a little bit, like look at the little timers and stuff. So fun. Oh, and on the back, we've got some puzzle paper. Very cool. Where's Mahjong? Says Marcy. I don't think I ever played that with actual pieces. I only ever played that on a computer. I would be like intimidated to even try doing it with real tiles. But I don't see Mahjong. I'm going to say like almost all the games we love just for you. And then we've got some popcorn paper. That's fun. I love popcorn. Anybody else wants to eat popcorn every single night before you go to bed? And then we've got the film strip. I love it. Perfect for movie night. And then a really good stripe. Man, look at this stripe. Caramel popcorn. Ooh. You're making it even better. And then we've got all the different types of dice on here. Well, not all, but a lot. You can see like the crazy multi-sided dice and the other ones and simple ones. Like they've got a few different styles, which is kind of cool. And then I've got 2 sheets of blue paper. They probably tell me a sapphire cardstock. There we go. And then these are the included embellishments with this kit. I've got half a pack of ephemera. So this is a half pack of the ephemera. And so I've got a sheet with the pop-out pieces. Let the good times roll. Dungeon and Dragon dice, right? If you're not prepared to lose every friend you have over a board game, you're not playing hard enough. How many people have somebody in your family, possibly you, that really that kind of applies. In this house, we are board gamers, friends and family. Got game on, our favorite game, movie night, the puzzles. This is fun. So it's a good collection. Oh, I like this title, like with all the letters. Like I could stamp something like that, but having to do it with all the little colors and all the little stamps, chances are I'd be too lazy. So I love it when there's like really cute things like that. Don't make me use my bingo voice. And this one has like a little game board. Let's have fun. That's definitely Monopoly, right? But not Monopoly. They have to be careful. Okay, let's see what's in the bonus add-ons. Actually, I peeked. I saw this already. You might have seen it when I was holding stuff up. It is the full 12 by 12 sticker sheet with all of the stuff. And I'm going to tell you, seeing these little sorry character things at the bottom makes me just like, I want to scrapbook that so much. Look at the little, what do you call the little holders for your Scrabble tiles? Like the little board things. You've got like the little board for the sorry games. Oh, there's some Legos in here and the puzzle. Good times. It's kind of like hanging out on the little wire. You got Uno cards. Spin the wheel. This is so fun. Look at the games. Oh, they did a good job with this, you guys. They did a really good job. Now, look at how these go together. You got some nice, simple things. And you got some action. You definitely need the simple sides to go with the action. There's a lot of action going on here. And I love those A-sides. Racks, thank you. I'm like, there's a word. Maybe Alice isn't playing enough Scrabble. It's tough. I don't really have Scrabble players so much in my house. We do other board games. And I tell you, when we got first introduced to that Catan board game, we were obsessed. We were obsessed. We kind of burnt ourselves out on it because we played it so much. Anybody else? Have you ever burnt yourself out on a board game? Like, I see nodding heads. Yeah, so funny. Okay, and so this is the final of the 4 collections that we got this month. And this is the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Life in Bloom. Now, I'm going to confess, I have been a total lover of their Simple Vintage collections, and this one does not look like it is failing me. So look at how pretty this floral is right off the start. Like, I don't know what these flowers are called. They have a funny name. They're not a rose. They're a ranuncula or something. Yeah. Ranunculus. I'm like, how? Yeah. but prettiest flowers ever. Maybe that's like the word, but like, look at all of them. So nice. That is pretty paper. Let me see. Some of the details. You've got like a little bit of stuff in the background, but not very much. Like the backgrounds are fairly simple. There is a little bit of a grid. Can you see the little bit of a grid in the background? It's just like this nice little bit of texture. Ranunculus. And then we've got some nice pink polka dot, just a couple little accenty things, but not much. This one has a nice big camera, a little bit of film strip, and then you've got little bits of ephemera. We'll call it ephemera across the background and some written stuff. Most of these words are actually in French. Les choix de termes et leur something sont établis or établis. So don't judge my French. I only took it for a few years. Ooh, this might be the prettiest paper ever. It is really sweet. Okay, you want to see the whole thing? Oh my gosh, it is sweet. Like you go from this wild, like this is very bold, to this like soft, subtle. They did good. Very good. So we've got that one to this one. And then we've got this beautiful diagonal stripe. You can see all the texture in the different stripes. So there's some that have words and some that have like other stripes. And then we've got some florals and polka dots and the black one that's in here. You kind of almost need that to like ground the paper. Gosh, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Did I just say that? Oh, and it's on a cut apart sheet. Oh, that's interesting. So look at the cut apart. You've got some 3x4 cards. It's all 3x4s. Here and now. You've got take the photo. My husband has stories about that. Beautiful you, celebrate every day. This is the colors that they've done in this collection are so pretty. Oh, and they've paired it up with some black cardstock, some black texture cardstock. Do they just call it black? Yeah, they just call it black. So I don't feel like I'm wrong. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna turn this over because I want to look at that. It's just so pretty. Okay, let's have a look at what was included, and then we can look at the extra bonus thing that. So included in here, oh, there's lots of different kinds of things. Let's have a look. First off, I've got some foam stickers. I've got like a little butterfly. It says, "It's beautiful, happy memories." And then I've got this frame. It's a chipboard frame. Very pretty. This is your time. All the flowers. And then there's also some of the pieces. So one chipboard frame, a mixture of bits and pieces and journal bits variety. So this is my little variety. Life documented. Got some butterflies. I got some little hearts. Believe in yourself. These flowers. Oh my gosh. I could just use a whole collection of these flowers. I'd be happy. So that's all the stuff that's included. And then as the bonus add-on kit, I have this packet. So the add-on kit is the Simple Stories paper pieces. Yeah. And so it's the whole pack, and it allows you to kind of quickly and easily embellish a simple layout. So you can kind of see you have everything to make that using their page templates. So you got all the stuff to do a page template and lots of beautiful, beautiful pieces in there. I told you I do it. I can't even help it. So that's what I have here in front of me to play with today. I did print a couple pictures so that we can get scrapbooking, not just look at all the pretty stuff, you know, as fun as that is. Also included when you buy your kit from the ScrapRoom, you get a freaky fast formula, which gives you some sizes of things to cut, and then you can quickly assemble that into a page. You also get a sketch that you can use, and there is a cut file. Look at the Life is So Sweet cut file with a little piece of cake, super nice. And then you get a little packet of coffee, and I think this flavor is the peanut butter cup. So there we go. That's what's in the kit and the add-on kit. And here is what I have for photos today. So I have printed off these 3. These are from our recent trip that we did. And when we were in Wales, we went to a castle called Chirk Castle, and the flowers were blooming. So I do have some flowers in this one. I didn't focus primarily on the flowers, but you can see the flowers, you can see the hedges, the gardens at the castle, and we went for a Nordic walking thing. So that we could go for a walk with my aunt who lives over in Wales. So that was really fun. And my cousin came with us. We stayed with her. So these are what I have. Now, these would go fabulous with this paper, or I could use that rainbow paper. It's not going to be the game night one. I know that one. Like, it's not going to be the games. That one would not be the best choice. And I think this one actually would also be nice. Let's look at the colors in the collection to see how it goes. And I think that's not the best choice. So we got this one or that one. Now, I tell you, I want to use this one desperately. But let's have a look, because when I was going through this Paige Evans one, it was kind of like, no, I also want to use this one desperately. So let's have a look. I've got some awesome florals and rainbows and bright, happy colors. So honestly, I don't have a wrong choice. Ooh, do you guys want to vote for me? That'd be great. Okay, we've got Paige Evans as number 1. I'm going to go to my view so I can see what everybody's saying. You can hold up a finger if you have your camera on, or type it 1 or 2. So The Simple Stories is going to be number 2. Paige Evans is number 1. 1 or 2, hold up your fingers, help me out. I see 2, I see 2, I see 2. I see a couple of 1s. Oh, I think number 2 is winning. Okay. I see a couple of 1s. I think you're getting outvoted. I'm letting a couple come in. Oh, Kathy says 3. You're troubled, Kathy. You are trouble. It's not your son. It is you. Where did he get it from? So funny. Okay, I think the 2s have it. So you guys have said this is the one. So here we go. That's what we'll do. See? I trust you guys. I didn't have a bad choice. It's not like I had a bad choice. There wasn't a wrong choice. There's just like 2 really great choices. So let's see, what will we do with this? Ooh, there's so many nice embellishments in this too. I could try to do one of these things, but that's a lot of little squares and stuff, and I don't know about that. But maybe I'll use their decorations like they've done. That might be an idea. Okay. So we have this. Ooh, how big is this frame? It's a little, oh, it fits one of these pictures like perfectly that I printed. That's an accident, so you know. Just so you know, that was an accident. I did not plan that. I like, it doesn't fit this one because that one is size different, but yeah, that's completely next. Okay, so I think that's a good direction to head in. Now, if I use this, that would get pretty lost on there. So I need some other layers if I'm going to use that. But I kind of love this background a lot. Okay. I'm just going to cut the strips off and then we'll dig in. That's what we'll do. Okay, let me have a look back here. Yeah, I'm with Kathy, all of the above. You guys want me mixing and matching? Oh, that's gonna mess with my head. Well, I'm like, here, mix and match the collections, Alice. Take this little vintage, like, one to look all like elegant, and mix it with the bright, like really clean lines of the Paige Evans collection. I'd be like, oh dear. I'm not saying it's impossible, but that's just a lot more work. Why would we create that much work for ourselves, right? unless we're doing mixed media, and then it's just, that's just part of the fun. Yes. Now, one thing that I didn't do is I didn't focus on daffodils as much as I need to. I need to make a full-on daffodil layout. I think maybe one of these Simple Vintage had some daffodils, not like this one, obviously, but maybe one of them had daffodils. I gotta look through my stash and see, because I had some seriously amazing daffodils. So if anybody here got my Friday 5 email that actually went out on a Friday, like high five to me, give me a pat on the back. It actually went out on a Friday for once. That I included at the bottom the daffodils, and I sat down, like literally pulled over on the side of the road, and there in the ditch, there's just so many daffodils blooming all over the place. It was amazingly gorgeous. If you happen to live in the UK and you get to see all the daffodils every day, we were so lucky because those were lovely. And there are no flowers here where I live right now. That is like coming eventually sometime, we hope. But not yet. And yeah, it was just amazing. Like all the magnolia trees were in bloom too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was crazy. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one apart because one of those will get framed just lovely. So what do I want to focus on? This picture or this picture? And I don't have to include them all, right? There's always another layout. So if I do include them, great. If I don't, oh well. I think we'll do this one with me and Emily because it has more flowers in it, and that just brings all the floral theme in. So you can see some daffodils, you can see some magnolias. I think they were cherry blossoms or something up on these other trees. There's trees blooming in the background. Deborah says, my battery died and I missed the vote decision. You can't go wrong with either. I know, right? Ah, so good. Actually, we had a very kind stranger that offered to take our picture, and a stranger took this. Look at how nice it is. I did not edit it. I didn't have to straighten it. I didn't have to do anything. Like, I lucked into the right person. Lots of times you hand your camera over to somebody and you get the picture back and you're like, maybe they don't see you, Bill. Like, it can happen. Karen says, one of the best things in Sacramento, California is that there's always something in bloom all year round and pretty much some kind of food growing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Not here. Okay. I love this so much. If I use some of this and put some black in the background, and then I plan to use this, and oh, this would look really good against that black, wouldn't it? And then if I had some layers that maybe came in here. Okay, let's do that. Do I make it up as I go? Absolutely. Okay, let's trim off the black, and we're gonna cut the middle out of this because I probably need some of it, right? We're gonna cut the middle out to rescue some of it because I just can't let that much of it go. Okay, how much of an edge do I want? Thicker or thinner? Let's do a little thicker. So we'll cut an inch off. The black grounds, the pastels, right? Just, my hands are a little bit sweaty. They're touching black, and that's like the worst ever. Anybody else, if you have sweaty hands, you know my struggles. You get little fingerprints on things. It drives you crazy. They actually have a machine now. Has anybody seen this? They have a machine. You put your hands into water and you use electric zappers to zap your hands so they don't sweat as much. And I'm like, sounds dangerous. Okay, so see how nice that's going to be. Yep. Okay. Let's cut the middle out of this. So I'm going to go in an inch because we're going to have 1/2 inch sides. And 11. Yeah, so I'm getting excited about load, and I'm getting excited about spring eventually coming here. I didn't start any baby chickens yet. Because like I didn't start putting any eggs in the incubator yet, because my niece asked me if I could do it so that she'd be back. Like they live down in Calgary and they're coming back on our May long weekend. And she's like, can we have baby chicks when I get back so I can watch them hatch? And I'm like, yeah. I couldn't say no to that, but it was like, oh, that means I have to wait. I have to wait. Okay. I'll be a good auntie. I'll wait. Okay, let's put this over top of that. Perfect. We'll use that in a sec. Then we got this. Like once you decide to use one of these big frames, you kind of have like big plans in place for your page, right? Like it's like we have made a big design decision. Okay, their big decision is don't forget to order some more adhesive, Alice, because you're running out. I almost ran out during load. Then I found some more. I found some in my stash. I'm like, I used to have a whole bunch of adhesive, but didn't find it till load was over. I was kind of scavenging for the last few days of load. It was pretty bad. Okay, does this have a right way up? Kind of. It feels like that's more right. Does anybody else worry about that kind of stuff? Okay. That looks straightish. Did I get it straightish? Okay, good. Excellent. And this picture will go on here. Up here, up here. I like the flowers up here. So I want to have a little bit of stuff over there. What do I have left in my little things? Got a beautiful. I've got this one. It's not the best ones in the very middle, but some of these are actually still a little bit usable, especially like if I wanted to fussy cut out some more butterflies. If I wanted to fussy cut, that's cute. Right? I hear somebody giggling. It's like, did Alice want to fussy cut? Probably not. Okay. Let's do a strip across here. I'll cut from the top. That way I can kind of save the camera section if I need to have it for something. This paper is just so pretty. You gotta look nice. Some of it across here. Too far. What do I want? Like 2-3 inches? Let's try 3. Less. Cut less. Camera's still at the bottom. We're good. And I haven't cut into this one yet. Have I been hoarding it? Yes, I have. No big secret there. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive near the edges of this frame to kind of hold my photo in place for right now so I can move it around with the photo. Am I off camera? Probably. I literally made it the exact size of this frame. That was totally an accident, but that was like the best happy accident ever. So, okay, so that's really nice, but I think we should do something like textural along there and maybe have like some other pieces or something. So I think I'm gonna have to cut up this pretty black paper, but that's okay. That's what it's for. Okay, and I'll do this one probably 2.5. But we gotta get a little more texture in this thing, right? There's definitely a lack of texture. And then I'll do a little bit of this as pink as well, but I'm gonna stick that at the bottom. So let's do about 1 inch of that, or maybe 1.5 inches. Okay. So this one's gonna stick up here. It's gonna come here, and this will come here. And then I've got all the nice little pieces to decorate with. I think when I'm attaching this, I'm gonna need to have somewhere to tuck some journaling, because obviously I'm not gonna write all over it. Let's be real, this has too much texture. If I had used the backside, maybe I could have with a white gel pen, but that's likely not gonna happen. So get these little pieces out there. Believe in yourself. Life documented. With these beautiful flowers, but it's like those are maybe a lot. We'll see. It's a really big piece. Happy memories. I could definitely use that. And I would cut this just to say beautiful. Like it probably went with some other saying, but view from this side. That's a funny little piece. But if you could like tucked, I would probably hide that part because it seems so random. Yeah, but there's some good little pieces of ephemera there. Okay, so I'm gonna attach this like this to add that texture that I kind of really wanted. I think, what will we do? I wanna maybe grab my Martha Stewart scissors. And I think I'll do it to the pink and just run the pink just a little bit down a little further. These we don't have a mini load coming up. We have one of our full month long loads that's coming up May the 1st. Runs for the month of May, inspired by the Muppets. It is frogs, pigs, and fuzzy bears. Let me throw this on the screen for, oh, where did it go? Really good at this stuff, you guys. Like super good at this. I've lost the overlay for it. I don't know where it is. I think I deleted it when I turned it off. Yep, I'm not good. Let's see here. Oh, here. There we go. The Frogs, Pigs, and Fuzzy Bears starts May 1st, runs to the 31st for the month of May. Registration is now open. If you are not a Scrap Happy member, then now is the time. Go to scraphappy.org. But yeah, that's coming up soon. So I'm just texturizing the end. If you don't have these like, scissors with 5 blades or whatever it is, then you can just use regular scissors and make more cuts. It's not a big deal if you want to texturize something. And just takes a little bit longer for the cutting, or maybe you're just more efficient than me, so it doesn't take you as long. Sometimes I think, oh, well, this will make it faster. It's like, did it really? Don't know about that. Okay, and I'm gonna just give those like a little bits of curl. Sometimes I cut some of the little pieces a little shorter so that you get like more variation in the length of them too. You can also like curl the little pieces a little bit more, like quilling, to make them a little, oh, I'm doing it off camera. Look up. It happens. This is real life. So you can also like kind of quill the ends. I will tell you, on our cruise, I was introduced to quilling Okay, so I've been introduced to quilling. I learned about it many years ago, but I'm like, no, that doesn't really look like my thing. But they had a craft class, and then they're like, hey, come do quilling. So they gave us an instruction sheet and kind of the supplies. And turns out I wasn't half bad. I wasn't half bad. Here, let me see. I've got it here somewhere. It's on my desk. Okay. So first time quilling, you guys want to see, this is what I made. It's not too bad, right? I got like a little butterfly with a little teardrop pieces. He's got a little body. I've got like this little flower. Oh, part of it came apart. I needed a little bit more glue on there apparently. And I got these little bud flowers that I made. I thought I did pretty good. I give myself an A for effort. But I'm like, it's probably not going to be my favorite thing. So Beth says, quilling is so relaxing. Yeah, that's what people say about hand stitching and coloring and fussy cutting. All the things I don't love. So probably we're not going to see a ton of quilling in my future, but I tried it. So I'll give myself points for that. But yes, see, that's what we need to do, is we need to try new things from time to time. Because since I did that, I'm like, well, I could do like a little bit of it here and there, right? Like just this little embellishment that could be pretty, right? It doesn't have to be like a whole quilled out background. And like I tell you, some of those people, they must have quilled before because they were really good at it. They must have been doing this in their spare time. I, however, was not. So, but considering like they gave you a piece of paper and then you kind of had at it, like it's good. I did good. And I managed not to get glue on everything. So I think in that alone, I score massive points. Okay. This is like a little texturizing wheel thing that I've had in my stash for a long time. It was so close to my heart. And it just seems like I should do it right now. It comes out at very random times, but here we are. Did I use it last month? Maybe. I've had it out somewhat recently, so now it's in my head. I'm like, oh yes, I have that thing. Okay. And I'm only going to do it where I don't have, where I might actually see it. Because let's see. Cut off, or this is going to be overlapped. I think that adds just a really nice thing. Like this paper is so like soft and delicate, kind of looks like it needs to have that like slightly old kind of feel, that vintage effect, right? Like it's had a life. The vintage effects where something's had a life. Like if it was like wood, it would have patina, right? It's one of the things that we all know about, like that was from a load too. We talked about it during load, about the Statue of Liberty, right? Like the Statue of Liberty was actually, it's copper, it's made of copper. So the green patina that we're all familiar with is not what it looked like when it was originally built. That came with time. And sometimes patina makes things more beautiful. So anytime I do distressing, I try to remind myself that makes it more beautiful, or it can. And the funniest thing is my husband actually knows now the word patina because I've used it so many times. But I tell you, the first time I used that word, he did not know. But I've actually heard him using it when talking like about like his mom's old table or something like that. And I was like, oh, I taught him that. So yeah, very funny. There we go. Whew. Okay. We've got that. That's looking good. That's going underneath. This is going to go like this. Oh, now we see it's all coming together. And that's gonna go on here. Oh, this paper is so pretty. Okay. And then we're just like practically at embellishments. Now, my biggest decision, which is why I have not cut these yet, is do I cut it right to the edge? I think I do. Sometimes I'll cut them to the edge of the black and leave all of the edging, but I think we'll default to there. If I needed to, I can pull it off and cut it shorter. Marcy says she finally found the Frozen stack and all the Wizard of Oz stuff that you can imagine. She needs to, we've done Wizard of Oz. but your kiddo needs to do Wizard of Oz next so that you can use your Wizard of Oz stuff. Yeah, we did a whole Wizard of Oz load. It was called the Ruby Red Scissors. So fun. We did it on the 80th anniversary, actually, of the Wizard of Oz. And like for me to actually plan to do it on the 80th, like meant that I was in torture for a whole year because I knew we were going to do that load for a whole year. I started researching it the year before and I'm like, oh no, we have to wait. That just about killed me. Okay, let's just take this really quick and see if I lined this up straight-ish. Oh, I did pretty good. Good job, Alice. You know, it's a little crookedy, so that can sometimes throw off my brain. Okay. And now we'll put the blue and then we'll do the other one. Okay. Let's make sure I leave my spaces that I need. And oh, that paper's so pretty. I feel like I'm not using enough of it, honestly. Oops, one slid. That is the plight of the pretty papers. When they're being used as accents, there's just not enough of it there. Okay. Good, and then this will go here, but we're going to make a little pocket in the back. So rather than make like a pocket, I think this will be okay. As long as that doesn't let go of that. I might need to cover this. I'll cover it with just like a scratch piece of paper. And that way it won't catch on the thing. What do I have for scrap paper on my desk? I don't want to use my pretty paper. That's just too pretty. Anybody else like, no, that's not scrap paper enough. Oh, I can use some of this right here. Okay. And like this. All right, we'll put that on the back of it just so the photo stays properly attached to the back of the frame. And then we'll pop up the stuff. Okay. Got that on there. Good. Yep. And that is hoarding, and I do it all the time. It's too pretty to use, said Sharon. Right? Let's see. Amy says the Ruby Red Scissors was her very first load. Oh, I love it. Like, you know, when you do the load challenge and you have your first one, it's like you remember. Like I love that you did that one as your first one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I so love doing the loads. Like, I did not come up with the load. For anybody that doesn't know history of Scrap Happy, let's go there for a sec, since we're just chatting and hanging. I did not create the Scrap Happy family, and I didn't start that, and I didn't start the load challenge actually. So I was a member of the community, and when Lane Amen, the creator of Scrap Happy and the load challenge, said that she was kind of done with that in her life at that point, I said, hello, pick me. I would love to carry the torch of this. Like, this is my jam. And I wrote her a really funny / serious email. It was both funny and serious. Shocking, right? And I told her about like why I'd be a great fit for taking this over, and yeah, we started talking about that, and then she helped me make it happen so that I could lead the load membership. And oh my gosh, like, I am so happy that she like made that, like, allowed me to make that transition, because like it really feels like I'm doing something that I'm just meant to do. Like, I love doing what I'm doing. So it's just such a good fit for me. So yeah, good things sometimes yeah, come to us in the most interesting of ways, and that was one of the things. So, oh, this is so pretty. Okay, so I need some foam tape. Let's grab that. And where's my foam tape sticky scissors? And I'm not going to foam tape across the top here, because that's going to be where the pocket is. I'm hoping I glued this well enough across the top so that it will not interfere. Oh, it looks like it. Looks like I did good. Okay. So yeah, the load challenge was something that Lane had done. And when I participated in my first one, I was like, you can't scrapbook every single day for a month. Like, who can do that? Nobody can do that. Like, I thought that was literally impossible. That just tells you about my scrapbooking at the time, right? That's mostly what that talks about. But I thought, well, even if I fail, I will have done more scrapbooking in 1 month than I would normally ever do in a month. And honestly, I have kept that same attitude about load ever since I've been doing it now, because I have made so many pages just because I told myself to try, basically, right? It's like, well, what do I lose in trying it? Yeah, it's a good goal, says Marcia. And yeah, I love the pages that I make. What I found is that when she gave us the story prompts, I really, really did well with the story prompts. It changed the way I approached my scrapbook pages, because I knew what I was going to say. I knew the story that I had to tell. And so my photos almost became more of an embellishment to help tell my story, which I think is great. And yeah, it's just been something that I've loved ever since. And when I started getting to make the load challenges, like, at first we didn't have 2 prompts the way we do now, but I quickly discovered that I loved having a story prompt, but people also really liked having like a bit of a technique prompt. So maybe it wasn't necessarily all about the stories for everybody. Like, everybody needs their own way, and it gives us so much more flexibility to really feel like you're participating. And obviously with load, it's like, you don't have to do the prompts. It's not like that's a requirement or anything. It's like, make a layout a day. But it, playing along with the prompts is super fun. So yeah, having that chance to play along with the prompts, and being able to choose between the story or the technique, is yeah, it's excellent. I love it. And so we did one, it was a choose your own adventure. Like, I don't know if you guys love those storybooks. I totally love the books. It was like, turn to page 6 if you want to do this, and turn to page 29 if you want to do that. Loved those books so much. I was like, ooh. And of course I would do every one, so to learn like every little variation of every little ending. So it's like you read the book like 12 times, even though, you know, it's giving you different little variations. So super fun. Okay, so I need a piece for my journaling. I could do it on plain old boring white, or I could probably put it on some of no, I'm gonna hoard that pretty paper. You guys almost thought I was okay. I need a different piece of white paper, but I'm gonna make the oh, how big do I need it to be? It looks like slightly smaller than a 4x6 will be perfect. Okay, as long as I know that size. Okay, let me grab some white paper. In my stash. Okay, so we're gonna go, that's almost the right size, isn't it? And I'm gonna take some of the fun pattern paper and I'm gonna put it across the top. So it's kind of like hinting at it at the top. And then we'll put like a pretty little pull on it using some of our embellishments. So this needs to be a little skinnier though. But it has room, give it enough room so that it's easy to pop in and out. And just in case I have a lot to write, let's fold it over right about here. Okay. So let's put that there. I never know how much I have to write when I'm like making a little tag. So I just assume I'm going to have a lot. And then I make the tags extra, like doubled over so that I have more space. And then I can use the front and the back. And between that, it's good. If I needed to, I could make like, you know, another flap for inside the tag if I had even more writing to do. I will have quite a bit of writing for this kind of stuff because we had so many adventures with my family and my cousins and stuff. So it was great. So I've got that kind of hiding there, but then I'll put like a little pull tag on here. Oh, I could do. So you see how these pieces, they're not proper cutoff strips because they don't go all the way across. Simple stories. Come on, get with it. That's what we love. We love our cutoff strips to be useful. No, note to people that aren't even listening. But you know, I think I could even use that. I also have these little leftover pieces from here. And for a tab, I could do like the little butterfly to pull him up, maybe. I don't know if I'm like gonna like that. Maybe just some words. I like using these thick ones, but I don't know if that's gonna be right. Oh, maybe I'll do one of these little butterflies. So he'll just kind of sit up here and be a little pull tab. It's gonna need a little extra support though. This is a little bit thin. A little bit thin. Okay, so let's put the butterfly on. Not thick enough. I think it'll be thick enough. I'm gonna cut it. Okay. So I make the tab like this, and then I put the butterfly. Will it be in the right spot? Maybe. Okay. I think I've got about the right amount of stuff here. It's like, how high do I want it to stick out? I can always cut some off, but I can't really add some because this is the size it is. Oh, it has a little adhesive, so I can test it. Perfect. Okay, So this is going to go, oh, see, I'm running into a problem. This is why we got to test. This is why we got to test. So I'm running into a little problem because of the strips down here. So we've got this in here. Oh, I've got this on crooked too. Don't really like that. So we're going to just put this another strip in there to make it more straight. It's going really crooked on me. Oh, little accidents that I didn't pay attention to as I was building it. There we go. So I'm going to have to cut just a little tiny bit off of there now. But I need to line the back because this is not going to slide in as far as it needs to with these other papers being in the way. So I'm just going to put like a little piece in the back there too. Some of this. Not my cutting scissors, that's for sure. Okay, this has to go up to there. So I'm going to lift it just a little and then go around here. Okay, so I've got this little piece that will sit in and I'm going to put it straight at the back there. So I'm actually just going to put adhesive right onto it right now. And along this top, I'm going to do quite a bit of adhesive to make sure that this part is where it's not going to get caught. And then this will be good. And it'll just cover up these layers so that when I'm sliding my stuff in the pocket, that it's going to go. Yeah, and I think in scrap school, we heard that you can put a little powder on the insert and it will slide more smoothly. Did someone teach you that? Yes, that is a very, very good trick. Oh, I'm sticking it to the wrong side. Look at me go. That's brilliant, Alice. Let's tape it up and do it backwards. Oh my gosh. It's like, hello, brain, I need you today. Join us, please. There we go. So there we go. We'll attach this piece in here so that my little tag can slide right in without getting all caught up. We're going to make sure that my tag is the height that I want it to be when this is fully inserted in here. I think I want it to be just a little bit lower. Or I could put this just a little lower. Actually, no, I want to cut it just a little lower. So cut this little piece off. And now we'll be good to go. Diane says, I love this layout. I can't wait to use my stash. Yeah, and round the corners. Oh, I could round the corners. I often don't. It's funny. I'm actually really lazy about stuff like that. Or maybe I'm just not thinking of it because I haven't had my scrappy besties here scrapping with me. There we go. And so this will open fully once I crease it. It will be creased, and then I can have my little butterfly. And I'll probably pop it up on here. Actually, I might need to double layer it before I even pop it if it's going to be like a tag. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, let's stick that down on there. That might be the hardest part because I can line it up so easy right now. I can feel exactly where it goes. Okay, let's just put my scissors to right there. And my pencil right here. So I can use those for a guide for where I got to stick it down. Okay, well, this is going to be super cute. Few extra embellishments and it'll be done. Well, and some journaling, but I'll do that off camera so I don't torture you all. Okay, no time to make a mistake. This is going on now. And this will go here. There we go. And yeah, if I can find my powder, I cannot find my powder on this desk. I might have actually put it away. That would be shocking, but I might have. And so this little butterfly is going to go on here, but I think we should pop it up just a little to know that it's like, grab me, I'm awesome. Okay. So let's give it a little more structure. So we're going to stick it down fully and cut it out. Torture. But we'll fussy cut the little butterfly just to make it a little stronger, since I'm going to be using it to pull the journaling tag out. But I like having lots of room for journaling. Sometimes I have a little story, sometimes I have a bigger story, and when I have a bigger story, like I always want to assume that I'm going to come up with something good to share, right? The story that's behind the photos, the one that the photo isn't telling you. So my photo here is like, look, I'm with my cousin and, you know, at Chirk Castle and there's flowers. Well, yeah, I can see that. Great. The photo told me that part. But what is it not telling me? It's not telling me about how I got to stay with my cousin and you know, it was very much a reliving of all the memories of when she came over to visit me in Canada when she was 15 years old. She's 28 now. And it was just really special to have that time with her. So, and she's still just as sweet and charming and adorable as she was when she was 15. Like, just like such a precious girl. And yeah, I'm excited to be able to put that into my scrapbook, right? That needs to go in there. My thoughts, my feelings. That's not the stuff that's easy to see when you look at the photo always. Sometimes you get a photo that like you can just feel it, right? Like you can just feel it. You're like, you know, those pictures maybe with like the little kid and they're looking at you and they just have this like adorable little face and you're just like, oh, that picture just tells me, like it shows me love. But I always say, like, if you don't know what to say on your page, show your friend, right? Show a friend your photo and all the things that you're telling your friend. Those are all the things you need to be putting onto your scrapbook page. It's all the story behind the photos that you want to try to include. Okay, that's adorable. So I'm folding up the little bits of the butterfly wings, just a little, and I've got this going into here so it sticks up a little bit. Is it too much? I don't know. I'll have to decide. But for now, it's going to stay like that. So I can pull it right out. Should I round those corners? Would it look better? Great journaling advice. Like, for me, it was very much oh, I needed to learn that lesson. Oh, I think this will look a little bit nicer if I just cut just this little bit of a corner off. Just there we go. Very pretty. And then we have these other little pieces so that I can add some extra little pretty bits. Now, because I used that foam tape, like I can't just slide anything underneath anywhere. It's like that will not go. But I can cut this so that it will slide in right here. I need it a little higher. Yeah. And then I'm curious, like, do you have journaling advice that like really helps you dig into stories? Is journaling something that you struggle with? I started a journaling series, and then like with other things I got distracted. Like, does that, good things come along and it's like, oh, and now there's this. But I did start a really great journaling series, and I started like an email series for it. So I've been thinking a lot about journaling again. So I'm thinking that we might see a few more of those posts coming our way soon, because it's something that I love. And anytime I find a good little bit of advice that helps me tell a better story, it just makes me feel like I'm doing a better, more complete job of all the fun stuff that I love, right? Like, I love this stuff a lot, but I want to be making sure that as I do it, like, I'm, putting as much of myself into it as I can. Oh, that pretty little butterfly here. These flowers are almost too big. Too big. What do I have on this cut art sheet though? Oh, maybe there's like a smaller one on here. Haha. Okay, there's some more. So slightly smaller ones. Oh, and different colors of butterflies. I definitely saw lots of butterflies while I was there. These are nice moments. And oh, they've got like purple butterflies, you guys. There's a nice camera and some flowers. Okay. Okay, if I had some of those sticking out, where do I want them? Ooh, I think I want them here. Layered up. Let's see how that looks. Yes, I like. And then maybe even some more right in here with a little more texture in there too. Okay, so we'll add that. We're going to add this happy memories in here too. So let's do that one first. And then we'll do part of this and part of it with some foam tape. Oh, that's too big. So we have that where we want it. Sure. I might actually double that up. Perfect. And then I think a little bit of that like Nouveau drop kind of like stuff to make it a little shiny, like on the butterfly wings. Wouldn't that look nice? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna cut this flower just a little bit. I feel like I'm covering too much of this, but I'm gonna have to cut this flower. Okay. It's painful, but it's got to be done. All right, and now we need our foam tape. So I'm going to do a layer of foam tape that's like at the base layer, and then I'm going to do another layer to pop it up more so that the same piece is actually popped up kind of in 2 layers. So my first part is going to be like down on the ground, and then my next part is going to be a little raised from there, and then the outer parts are going to be like double raised. And I really like the effect that that gives me. I don't know if you guys have done like multi-layer on the same piece, but when you have like the paper ones, it totally works. Okay. Just need to peel those ones off and throw a couple. And here we go. Nice. Even remotely on camera. Good. Okay, so let's see how that looks. So that's going to come in here just like that. And pop that on. Oh, this is like too close. I don't know if it's going to let me move it, but I'll try to convince it. Let me see this on the camera. Aha. I'll tell you, looking at stuff on the camera gives you a slightly different angle. Sometimes that works out really good. Okay, so now I can peel off all these little pieces because I like how that fits. And so I've got my lower layers in, and then my upper, it kind of like stands out more as we get to the edge. And then I'm just curling up all the little edge pieces to give it even just that little more raised a little bit. And for this one, I'd love to have some that's like under and some that's over. I wonder if this will let me do that. I don't think so. Okay, I'll start with some foam tape on there. But I think I'll just tape the first part to this frame. And then I'll do the raised thing with the outside edge. Okay, let's look at that. This could be out a little bit further. Need to cut that one in half. Bend it a little. There, I think. There we go. Oh, and I need a little bit more height on this part right here. Perfect. Okay, well, I think that this is looking pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to put more words. I might put a couple more butterflies and some hearts. Sometimes I add a few extra little bits and pieces when I'm adding my journaling too. Sometimes they come in there then. Okay, that looks pretty cute. A little bit of I have another little heart. Yes. Kind of big. I'd like to put another one. Oh, not that color. Okay, I just need to get that on a little foam tape. These ones are going to go on the base. And then I think we're going to call it good. And we'll do our draw. We'll call it good. We'll do our draw. The little fiddly parts at the end, like with the adding little pieces, always feels like it It's like, oh, am I getting ahead here? Am I taking myself into a hole? I don't know if anybody else struggles with like those final embellishments, but they always feel like I have to fight for them. But until they happen on the page, it's like it's not quite done. Not quite done. And pop these on. We've got a little heart in there. So I've got these ones here. Little one here. I almost feel like I need something down in here, but we'll see. I think it might just stay. Might just stay because I've kind of have this a little bit raised. I could almost have another strip or something, a little bit more color down at the bottom. What do I think? A little more color down there. Ooh, might be really good. Okay, well, let's throw it on. I wasn't feeling all the black at the start, and now I'm sold. Truly lovely, says Barb. Oh, good. Yeah, the thing about the black is like you got to cover it up, right? You got to cover that stuff up. It's not fun and pretty, but having that black base really allows all these other colors to pop up and go, ooh, look at me, I'm gorgeous. So that's straight. Struggle with straight. I think it is. Okay, good. Okay, so there we go. We've got this. It might get like a little bit of like Nouveau added to the flowers and stuff, but I'm a little scared to put that on until I know I'm setting the layout to the side where it can just dry. The last thing you do is put anything sticky on top. So I'm quite happy with this. I could see having a few little Nouveau drops that kind of look like enamel dot, and maybe I'll add a little bit on some of the little wings to kind of add that little bit of gossamer shine. And sometimes I add them in the little florals and stuff, like little pearl drops there too. So that's where we're sitting right now. I think that turned out pretty good. Lovely. It's beautiful. Makes the photo pop. Yeah, like I actually want to look at the photo. There's a lot of stuff. Like we got flowers and textures and all this stuff, but I still want to look at that photo. So like that's winning, man. I did great. Did great. Let's switch up here. Okay. So that's super fun. And now, more super fun, we can have a draw for our prize. So let's bring that up. Random number generator. Apparently I can't spell. Always helps. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? Ooh, only 32 here today. One of them is me. So out of 31, we will do our draw. So let's hit the generate button. What does it say? 20? Okay, 20. Let's count. Let's count. 15, 18, 19, 20. Marge, you are our winner. Marge from Red Deer. Marge, I think that's who it is. You're our winner, so you will receive one of these kits. I need you to send me an email to alice@alicebowl.com. That would probably be best. So let's see here. Where's her name on here? Can I just send that right to her? I'm just going to put it right in the chat so everybody will see. Alice. Okay, so pop me email. Just I need your address and stuff, and then I will send that over to Rochelle at the Scrap Room. And she says, "Thank you, yes, I'm from Red Deer." I'm like, I think that's who it is. So yeah, super excited to that you'll be getting one of these kits. So you'll have all the stuff. If you want the add-on embellishments, that's like an extra add-on, and you can make arrangements with the scrap room if they have more of the add-on embellishments and stuff. But you'll get like the main kits with all of the main they include your 3 sheets of pattern, the 2 sheets of cardstock that match with it, and some of the embellishments. And you saw how gorgeous those kits are, like so beautiful. They do such a good job curating the kit so that you can really make some amazing scrapbook pages, like this one I just did. It's so pretty, right? Like the designers do such a good job, but like I'll tell you the truth, like like getting my kids up to Canada, like there's like expenses, you're shopping in US dollars, you have like a lot of things going on when it comes to US versus Canadian shopping for me. But for me to get the kit that's curated so it has all the things that I really need to make my scrapbook page, but I didn't actually order all of the things from that whole collection. I'm pretty sure that I have saved a fortune actually. And I've got to try so many different collections. With the scrap room, their kits are not like, you don't have to just what am I trying to say? Like, you don't have to have them every single month if that's not something that you're interested in. Obviously, they can set you up for that, but you can just order a single kit if you're like, oh my gosh, it's April. Wouldn't it be nice to have some supplies and get a nice curated kit? Well, yeah, you can do that. So check out the scrap room. If you look at the kits and you're like, I need a little more stuff, or I make more double pages and I need like more things, or I'm very prolific and I need more things, then they do have other kits as well that you can check into that have more things. For me, like I love the flavors because you get the 4 different little mini kits and it's enough to make a couple of pages, and they turn out so good and give me a lot of inspiration along the way. So that's I can't speak highly enough of working with the scrap room these last few years, and I'm so excited that they give us these free kits to give away. And I have to say, like, I've seen like a lot of the names that are in the room. I know that several of you have received kits from them, so I'm like, yay. It's like sending fun stuff to my friends, and that's awesome. So extra good. Okay, I'm gonna somewhat tidy up my desk and I'm gonna see if I can start another page. I have those other pictures. So if I did another page using these same supplies, it would go just very well together in my album, right? Even though it's maybe not designed as a double page, I still think it could go together very nicely like a double page. So let's have a look and see what I can do and get some of this tidied up here. I might have a lot of stuff on my desk right now. Just maybe. Just kind of. Here we go. So first page off to a stunning success. We've got another sheet of the black cardstock. I've got pieces of every paper still left, and they are beautiful and gorgeous, and plenty of embellishments. Like that's the thing, like I have plenty of embellishments to make another one of these pages. And if you're like more economical than me, like I tend to like cut into everything and use up everything, but look at how much of this paper I have left with those diagonal stripes, because I cut that out of the back and I didn't use it all on that back sheet, right, to make that background. So it just makes it really good so you can have some extra sheets. Okay, so I have 2 more pictures that I kind of did really want to scrapbook. I'm wondering if I should make this one picture bigger though and have like an even bigger picture on here. Possibly. think that would look good. So can I grab it really quickly, and will my printer play along? It decided to have a little panic attack last night. I don't know what it was thinking, but it was like not getting along very well with me last night for some reason. And it never usually does that. So it's like I turned it off and turned it on again, and it did work better. I'm a tech support person. Yeah, it was the classic tech support move, but it worked. So I'll take it. Let's see. It's not the angle of photos, it was these ones. Okay, so let's print that in again. And we're going to let in. You can almost see the Welsh flag waving at the top of the castle. It's pretty great. What is this tiny of which you speak? Said Sandy. Exactly. It's like find enough space on the desktop so that I can actually like do my stuff like that. That's all I need. It's just a little bit of space. If I can set my papers down, we're good. If only our brains could work that way. Confused, disorganized, hit the off on switch. I'm like, I am overwhelmed. Let's turn it off. Supposedly that's what sleep is supposed to be about, but instead it's like, let's lay awake and think about things instead of sleeping. Oh yeah, my printer is like having a panic attack, I think, again right now. It's looking for the printer. Well, that might be a fail. Okay then. So possibly later I can convince it to print that. For now, we'll just pretend that I have a 4x6 photo. That's lovely of the castle. And I'll take this other one of us going on this walk with my aunt and we'll get started. Why not? Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out.
We can't see what you're doing. It's
Oh, thanks. I love it. Thank you. I'm so bad for that. Let's see. There we go. We're back. Yeah, my printer is panicking. Try it again. Maybe you'll know what that looks like now. Who knows? Okay, this one, if I cut it a little bit long, it could look kind of like a Instax photo. And if I don't want that later, I can cut it off. I don't know if you guys can hear in the background, but my rooster is super loud today. He's crowing his head off out there. We finally have nice enough weather that they can go outside, and he is living his best life. Thank goodness our neighbors are not that close that it's like loud. It's I don't know, apparently my printer is like not gonna work. Okay, we'll just skip that, I guess, for now, and we'll work with what we got. So let's see, what do we have? Love this pattern. So if I did some of that with some of this, if I did this and I cut kind of around these ones at the bottom, I know it's fussy cutting, but I think it would look kind of pretty along the bottom to have them fussy cut. And if I need extra ones, I could always do a few more, like if that doesn't look like enough at the bottom, but I think I can start down there. Okay. I volunteer myself for way too much fussy cutting. I've decided that. But sometimes it's just really nice. Okay. Okay, so I'll put that up. And I'm kind of thinking like this part will be narrower. Is that going to be big enough? We'll see. I'm thinking of cutting this down to here. So you still have that black frame and then have this part like overlaid on this, right? Doesn't it look pretty? That's going to be pretty. Okay, but this has to be fussy cut a little bit. And then I think I'm going to have to cut out a couple more to kind of layer them to really get the effect that I'm looking for. But I think it's going to be good. So I think I'll just cut these apart right now. Yeah, sleep doesn't always work. Would be good though. So. So as we fussy cut, we can talk about our upcoming load challenge. We can talk a little bit about past load challenges. It's like, yeah, so yesterday during the Happy at Home, I was talking, like I showed off all the layouts that I did from, oh, I could use some of my floral die cuts. There you go. There's a few that are left here, so I might get away with just using those and not having to fussy cut. That'd be great. Yeah, so yesterday during the Happy at Home, which are available on my YouTube channel as a replay. That's the same place you can find replays of these sessions actually on my YouTube channel. There is, yeah, we were talking about like the load from February. That was our Space Nerds, where we talked about all of the different nerdy space shows. And that was a lot of fun just to kind of go through all the pages. We kind of do that usually at the end of our load in our wrap-up party, but I don't think we made it quite all the way to the end of the layouts. And actually I ran over time yesterday too. Shocking. And so we didn't quite make it, but I did yesterday. I'm like, I'll just go late. It's fine. These ones don't really have a time limit, where with my other ones I feel like I'm, if we're there for happy hour, it should be roughly an hour, right? Although I confessed ahead of time, I'm like, it's going to be an hour and a half. It was closer to 2. I try to be good about time, but there's some things that are hard. Anyways, yeah, so we went through all of the different prompts and talked about how it led to the pages that I had created. And in the end, I had a couple of them out of order, which I found out after I went and I looked. I'm like, how come these don't have words on the back? And then I'm like, oh, I had like 25 and 26 out of order, apparently. I thought I had them in the right stack, but apparently I didn't. But yeah, it was really nice to kind of see all the pages. And here's what I always think. I always think that just because we're doing like, a layout every day, that somehow I'm going to not have enough creativity, and that the pages that I make are somehow going to be boring because sometimes I have to make pages that are a little bit faster. And it's never like that. Like, I'm always surprised, but it's never like that. It's always like, oh wow, these pages are really fun. They're really creative. Oh, look at how I did that thing, and look at what I did there. And I honestly think we don't look back at our pages enough. Maybe you're better than me and you actually do look back at your pages more often, but I think looking back at some of the things that we've made is a super great thing to do, because we're pretty creative people as a whole, and like getting that chance to look back and see all of the cool things that you've done is pretty awesome. And for me, like the pages I make during load don't necessarily go into one album, because I tend to be scrapbooking different stories as the story inspiration comes up. And so it's not like I'm always just necessarily just doing that one that one album, right? So it's very interesting to kind of see how creative I really was. Also, a lot of my load pages were from a recent holiday that we had just taken in January. So my load pages ended up really being about that trip a lot, and getting to see all of those trip photos, which will go into the same album together, was really cool. Another thing I really noticed is that because I was scrapbooking every day, I just used the kits that I had available to me a lot of times. So I had 3 or 4 different paper collections kind of pulled on my desk, and I made most of the pages with those 3 or 4 collections. There was a couple pages where I really went out and did something different, but a lot of them had that same feeling to them. And that was really cool to see that, a lot of times the papers that are there, they work for what we want. And I think in the past, when I've traveled to crops and I've gone to different events, I'm always stressed about, oh, what if I don't bring that one thing that I desperately need, and then suddenly I need it when I'm at this crop, right? Like, how many people, hands up, own up, have gone to a crop and been like, I packed the kitchen sink and just brought way too much stuff. I see a lot of smiling, guilty faces here. so like, I'm looking at this, and out of the 28 pages that I had made, maybe 3 were not using those 3 or 4 kits that were on my desk. So what does that mean? Like, do I need to have every single thing when I scrapbook, or can I just have some of those things and that will work, right? To scrapbook my stories. It's like today, did I had these pictures of us at the castle with my cousin, and I looked through the 4 kits and I'm like, well, this one could work or this one could work. It's not like I had special only to be used with a castle of papers or something. Like, it was like, this will work, this will look great with these pictures, and then you can make it work, right? So like, I'm pretty sure I have a lesson in there to learn somewhere. So yeah, it's pretty funny, like that. It takes me sometimes that long to figure out things like that. Oh, any papers will work. If some of these papers will work, any of these papers can work. Yeah, just the versatility that a lot of the kits have. Like, obviously we have some specialty kits, like that game night one, for example, is pretty specialty. Like, I think it would be somewhat of a challenge to do like other things with this kit. Like, it's puzzles, it's dice, like, it would be somewhat of a challenge. There is like, film strip paper and stripe paper, and maybe you could use that puzzle paper just as a subtle background, like where you're just using some green, but it's pretty themey. But a lot of our paper collections aren't really that themey. Like, a lot of them just have some florals or some whatever, right? Like, Deep Thoughts by Alice. Deep thoughts. Oh, that takes me back. So there was TV shows back in the day, you guys. Anybody that doesn't know, that was definitely a reference. Yeah, so then just finding out that maybe we overthink things a little. Shocking, but it's true. So I think when I pack to go places now, I realize, how productive am I going to be? Now, some people are productive. I've seen people go to crops and make like 30 some pages, and I'm like, weren't you at this crop? Like, didn't you talk to people? Didn't you look at their stuff? Didn't you go shopping? Didn't you, like, okay, so maybe that was me. But yeah, like how productive am I going to be? So how much stuff do I really need to take with me when I go somewhere? Because I have a friend and I'm gonna head over to her place one of these days and we're gonna scrapbook together. It's complicated. I have a hard time staying there because she has cats and I'm allergic, so it's not convenient. when, when your eyes get all red and itchy, it's like this isn't fun anymore. But yeah, very interesting to think about, like, what do I need to pack? What do I have to pack? And probably not as much stuff as I thought. Don't forget the eating. Thank you, Karen. Don't forget the eating. How could I forget the eating? Yes. The Creative Scrapbooker magazine, they used to organize some cruise crops, cruise ship crops. And when they did their crops, they actually told you not to bring anything except for your photos, I think. And even then, like, I think you ended up working with a lot of your photos that you took on the cruise. So it was like very interesting because like they would actually show up and they would give you like a rolling tote with a trimmer, with adhesive, with like papers and like all of these things. And yeah, that was you just didn't bring anything. Went on this scrapbooking cruise, brought nothing, and went home with like an extra checked suitcase full of scrapbook stuff. Oh, super good question. Okay, feel free to type it in the thing. Share with us. Karen says, "What are your favorite crop snacks?" Okay, so I don't like things that get my fingers dirty. So anything that's too sticky, that's a no for me. But I like candies, things like Skittles, chips I would love, but I think they're too messy. So like I don't want messy things that are going to stick to my fingers. That's very important. I do like having chocolates. I am more of a Cadbury chocolate than a Hershey chocolate. So I want my chocolate to be sweet and like a nice milk chocolate. Gail says wine gums. Yes, please. Especially they look black, but they're not like black licorice. They're like dark purpley ones. Those are the best ones. Okay, I have a funny story to tell you guys. My husband Skittles. He did not know that Skittles had different flavors because every time he ate Skittles, he just took a handful of them and put them all in his mouth at once. and when I told him, I'm like, how can you eat them like that? Like, you can't even tell the different flavors. He thought I was kidding. So here in Canada, we have Smarties, right? And the Smarties come in different colors. The Smarties are chocolates. They're like M&Ms, but they're actually good. No judgment there. But our Smarties are chocolate and they're delicious. So they come in different colors, but they don't have different flavors. Like an M&M, they're just like, they come in colors, but yeah. Well, he thought that I was pulling his leg. He totally thought I was pulling his leg. That, I'm like, oh yeah, these have different flavors. And he's like, no, they don't. Yeah. Smarties have dark chocolate versus milk chocolate. I've never had dark chocolate Smarties in my life. That would be horrible. That would be ruining for Smarties. Okay, Nadine, Marge, we've got a couple of Canadians in the house. Have you ever had dark chocolate Smarties? Like, have you heard of that? Karen says maybe semi-sweet. Never. They're like milk chocolate and actually sweet. The candy on them is much softer than on an M&M. They will melt in your hand, not just your mouth. Yeah, Nadine says no, never heard of it. Milk chocolate. Gail says never heard of dark chocolate Smarties. Yeah, nope, sweet and like really creamy. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Very, very fun. Thinking about all the yummy snacks. Oh, Diane says, what are wine gums? Do y'all not have wine gums? Ooh, they're chewy candy. They come in a roll and there's like separate little chewy candies. And I don't think they have wine in them. They just taste like candy to me. But they have different flavors, I can tell you that. Like they're different flavored candies. Okay, let's see. If I take this one, put this in here, will that be enough? Maybe. Oh, so pretty. Do I need to leave a black? I might need to leave a black line around those two just to make it really tight. Oh, this is gonna be nice. Kind of like jujubes, but tartar, sour in taste. Yeah. And they're so yummy that even when they're hard and slightly dried out, you still like to eat them, but like you'll break your jaw. So wine gums like sweetest fish. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Very British, says Gail. Oh, see, yeah, we get a lot of that here in Canada. The good stuff. Yeah, it's good. So much fun. Okay, we're at the top of the hour. We haven't done any show and tell. Does anybody have some show and tell for us? I would love to see what you've been creating while I've been mucking around, fussy cutting flowers of torture. So do we have anyone that would like to do that? Let me check out my view for a second so I can see. If you have something, you can either raise your hand so I can see you, or go ahead and we'll turn your mic on so you'll pop to the top of my list here and then I can see. Amy has something. So let's bring Amy up and replace the spotlight. Okay, Amy, show us what you've been making.
I have this photo. I'd blown it up really big because I really like the picture of my husband and I. This is actually taken inside the Spam Museum. They had like a wall that was like cloud background. So it's actually inside a museum that we went to. But yeah.
Well, that's like a perfect backdrop though.
Exactly. Still one of my favorite photos of my husband and I from when we were dating. So
it's so nice. Your hair's super cute in there too.
And I made sure we had matching outfits. Like every day we had a different color shirt we would wear. Yeah, I planned ahead for scrapping this trip.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. So much fun. Thank you. And like that wardrobe planning. Yeah, Sandy said it. She's like, smart. That's good. Barb says she has nothing to share. She's been putting former load layouts into albums. Brielle's been putting pages into albums. You guys have been all productive. It's been great. I love it. Yeah, so smart to have the matching outfits so that, your pictures all look nice. I tell you, one of the craziest projects I ever took on was a baby album for our first niece. Now, we'd had a little string of boys. There had been no girls, and we definitely needed to have some girl stuff. And so as soon as there was this lovely little baby girl, I'm like, give me all her pictures. Give me all of them. And so they've got this sweet little baby dressed in like pastel pink because she's the first little girl. And her dad was wearing bright orange, like most of the pictures. He had all these orange t-shirts, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And of course, I bought all of the girl things that I had always been denied. I have 2 boys, and so I bought all the girl things, and I did find papers that had pinks and oranges thank goodness, because that saved my bacon on lots of it. But I also was sneaky and turned several of those like really hideous ones with his shirts into black and white. And I haven't done a lot of scrapbooking in black and white, but I discovered how great of a solution that was for those really tricky photos. So if you're not as organized as Amy for planning out those photo shoots for, random traveling or something like that, then, a little black and white can really like make it pop in your album. It allows you to use every color under the sun, like no problem with colors. But yeah, lots of fun. Very good trick for dealing with that. And I just made some of those baby photos. Like obviously I didn't do that for all of them, but I did it for a few, and it just made those baby photos look so classic. Like it's just a whole different thing. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I would have cropped that dad right out. He should have known better. My brother-in-law might have been a little upset. Might have been just a little. Yeah, so fun. Oh, Heather has a new, she's cleaning her new craft room. Well, that sounds fancy. That sounds nice. Yeah, so thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me while we did this Scrapbook Live session. If you like these kind of products, if you like the kits that I showed, then please do check out the Scrap Room. They're so nice to sponsor our prize that Lucky Marge won today. And you can also check out the kits. They're so good. So at scrap-room.com is where you'll find the Scrap Room, and they put together some fabulous kits, so well curated. And then of course we talked a little bit about the load challenge that's coming up here right now. It's coming up until April 24th. There's a $15 discount. After that, it's full price. But if you are not a Scrap Happy member, then you can check it out right now. It is Frogs, Pigs, and Fuzzy Bears, and we are going to be scrapbooking all through the month of May, inspired by the Muppets. So it is going to be a fun month of scrapbooking. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me as we did this. You can check out all the stuff that we do at Scrap Happy at scraphappy.org. Check out our membership. It's a lot of fun. We have classes and we have different hangout sessions. This is just one that we host, and it's a lot of fun. So check that out. And if you want to see some Muppet fun that's coming up, check out my Instagram. Go to Alice Bowl on Instagram. Do I have that on here? I don't even know. I'm so not. Oh yeah. Okay, here it is. My Instagram is at Alice Bowl. Let me think. It's over here. There you go, at Alice Bowl. And I'll be sharing a little bit of Muppet fun. So that's coming up there so that we can get excited about this upcoming load challenge. Okay, that is all. And I would love to hang out with you next month. So check your emails and watch for the dates. They also get added to our free calendar that's available on the scraphappy.org website. And of course, members get their own invitation. So thank you so much for joining me. Happy scrapping, everyone, and have a super great weekend.